Top of the top, what y'all got going on this morning, man? It's the top of the top, man. I'm relaxing today. I'm gonna give y'all some time to come on in so we can see what everybody got going on this morning. What everybody got going on. Real spill this morning. It's the top of the top. What's good, man? Yep, so we finally made it to Friday. It's at the end of the week. I'm just tapping in to see what y'all got going on early this morning, man. Me, I'm finna get ready to get powered up, start my day. That's it, man. Mango. Banana. Mango and banana, man. Smoothie, man, with a little sea moss. That's how I'm going in this morning, right? Finna get ready to go get me some iron, man. Yeah, get ready to go work out this morning, man. You gotta keep doing that shit to keep it good. Salute, Miss sitting in the tree. How you doing this morning? Me, I'm good. Like I said, I'm finna blend up me a little mango, banana. I'm finna make me a smoothie this morning before I go work out. You know, you gotta have health over wealth anyway, because without the health, guess what? You can't get to the wealth, right? So that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm finna get ready to make me a smoothie and head out. But I know I ain't gonna be able to tap in later on, because guess what? It's probably be one of them days again this morning. I know I ain't gonna be able to get back to do this, man, but I got my sea moss right here for those that ain't never had sea moss. So, early in the morning, somebody asked me about old fleece, man. Look, man. I'm gonna try to answer this the best I can, right? Anything that fleece ever done to anybody, they had to allow that, right? Anything that fleece has done to anybody during his time of his incarceration, that person had to allow him to do that. Because me, myself, I don't see any one man that's scared to where you let another man invade your private parts, man. So, with that being said, man, Fleece ain't imposed no will on nobody to let them do that to him, right? It's simple math, man. Because if anybody in prison approach you in that manner, man, they got an equalizer that can erase any threat that comes your way. It's better known as a motherfucking knife. So, like I said, man, and that's what that is, man. But, you know, some people are not stronger than others, man. So they'll allow certain shit to happen to them, man. But that's the best I can put it. That's the best I can put it. But other than that, man, like I said, I just want to wish y'all a good morning, man. It's Friday, man. We made it through another week, man. So you got to give blessings to whoever you give blessings to, man. Whoever your faith is in, whether it be Jesus or Allah, whoever, you know. Me, it's self-preservation with me, man. The first law of nature with me. I know some people might not understand that, But that's just me. And that's what that is. So anyway, shout out, man. Shout out. Like I said, I'm gonna make me a sea moss smoothie, man. Try to maintain the blood level. Try to maintain the glucose level, man, and most of all, try to keep the system up, man. And you know, cause we as black people, man, we get threatened by a lot of motherfucking diseases, man. But you have to know how to attack it, man. So for anybody that's just tuning in, man, y'all hit that like button and subscribe button, man. And if y'all ain't watched the Real Life Street Stars interview, man, go watch that at Real Life Street Stars, man. It aired yesterday at 3 o'clock. I did it as a premiere over here, but you can you can go and watch it at Real Life Street Stars, man. And you know, give your opinion, man. And y'all already know I'm gonna give a real spiel, man. And I can't speak on what nobody else went through, man. I can only speak on what I went through, man. And that's facts. But it was way different than me doing a live or me interviewing somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, sometimes people will be in character as they giving they spiel in front of a live audience, right? But I will say this, what you get is what you see. When you see me here, is what you get. And as far as character mode, I was in character mode for 25 years, man. That was in prison. Because you had to be a lot of people in order to maneuver through that system, right? In other words, you had to adjust to a lot of people's attitude just so you can stay moving. But in society, man, you don't even have to be no fucking character. All you have to do is be real. And I ain't meaning be real to the situation. What I mean is this. Be real to you and what you stand for. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to adjust to nobody else's situation. You just stay true to you, man. Because the number one thing in life, man, and you'll see it with all type of people. Most people will be real with other people before they be real with themselves. So I just encourage people, man, to always keep it real with self, man, because self matters, you know. And don't let nobody take you and play you out of your position, man. What's up, man? Well, man, you know, meaning enjoyable tough, or it was likable tough. Which one? I don't know. If you liked it, give me a 1. And if you enjoyed it, put a 2. And if it was authentic, put a 3. You know, because when you get me in front of any camera or any situation, man, I can only tell my situation. You know, as you notice, and that's facts. And if you notice, I don't never speak about nobody else, man. And I can't speak about nobody else. You know, I might give individuals props, not because I want to, it's because they deserve that, right? You know, you got to give a man his flowers while he's here, man. And that's just what that is, man. You know, and respect is respect, man, but it has to be earned, though, man. I don't get that away. You know, some people do, but I'm not one of them, right? So, and it is what it is, man, but I'm always be authentic with me, for real. What you mean how I said it was real spill? Be more specific. What I mean by real spill is my spill. And it was coming from me, right? That's why I say it's real spill. Didn't mean that nobody else has to take it real, you know, because I understand that, you know, we on the internet, man. We on the internet, man. You know, and first and foremost, man, I understand that people believe a lie before they believe the truth. So, you know, I know some people might view it as a lie. Well, okay, whatever, man, you know, shit. But I ain't here to argue the fact, though. You know, I'm so past that shit. I ain't here to argue the fact, man. You just take it how you want to take it, man. And I'm going to salute you whether you think it's real or whether you think it's fake. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Facts. But you got to remember what I said, though. Yes, I was a criminal. I had to be a criminal to end up where I ended up at. Everybody that's incarcerated has to be a criminal at some time and point, right? And what I was explaining yesterday or doing that interview was my criminal activities when I was a criminal. I had to be a criminal to get a life sentence, right? You have to be a criminal. And that's facts. But if you watch the whole interview as it closed out, during my criminal pursuit and in my time in Texas Department of Criminal Justice, I reformed self. Because when you are a kid, you think as a kid and you take the easy way out. And I took the easy way out and it cost me expensive pain. So yes, at that particular time, I was a criminal. But ask me, am I a criminal now? You only are a criminal when you are involved in criminal activities. So as of 1990, I have never committed a crime. During my incarceration, I paid my debts to society, as they say. So I've never ever committed a crime in over 30 years. And it's okay for you to explain that to people. If I don't explain that, people never know my criminal history. But understand this, that with the hopes of somebody seeing that, not to say that they're gonna go through what I went through, maybe they can see that shit and say, you know what, even if they do give me this time, it's possible that I can complete this and get out and live a productive life, the life that I have left, right? So yes, I'm not afraid to tell somebody that I once was a criminal, because it's easy to look up, it's easy to find. Yes, I was a criminal. It's just like some people that believe in God. They say, yes, I was a sinner, but I'm not no more, right? So yes, I was a criminal, but not anymore though. So all that shit is behind me, man. I don't ever let my past dictate my future, man. This is my future right now. This is my future. And where I'm sitting at now, this is it's not in a cell. I don't have to worry about anybody knocking on this fucking door asking me to put my hands behind my back. So it's all right for me to talk about that because that's my past, you know? And for those that don't like to talk about their past, that means they haven't got over it. They haven't got over the past. They still letting their past dictate their future. How can I educate people if I don't talk about the past? So whenever you come on here, as far as trying to challenge my character, have your shit together, man. Because I'm a very intelligent man, man. Very intelligent. Self-educated. Self-educated. Through all the chaos in prison, I'm self-educated. The same paper that they went to school for during my 25 years, I achieved those same accolades in prison. Through all the chaos. Through all the chaos I went through, I still achieved that and outlived it, and now I'm free, man. So I don't mind you challenging my character because all criticism is good criticism. Without constructive criticism, we as people wouldn't be who we are. But it's up to you to accept the criticism, right? And people gonna criticize you every day. You know what I'm saying? People criticize me because I fucking wear glasses. People criticize me because, all type of shit. Everybody get criticized. But you got to be able to accept the criticism, man, in order to move on. Okay, so Miss Sit in the Tree, you said, why sea moss? And I appreciate that question, man. Shouts out to you for even bringing it to my attention, man. So I'm glad I was able to address that, man. But anyway, so you said, why sea moss? Sea moss has more vitamins than any vitamin that you can take. It has 99 vitamins in it. All the vitamins you can take. And it relieves mucus in the lungs. It relieves inflammation in the body. And for those that want to lose weight, it helps you lose weight, right? And it also cleans out the immune system. And it also cleans out the, it cleans the body, period. That's what it does. Oh, how it make you feel? Well, let me say this. Well, when I first started taking it, right, it dehydrates you. It dehydrates you, so you have to drink a lot of water, right? It's some sort of like a detox. So everything that's in you is going to come out of you. But once you start taking it for a certain amount of time, you probably have to give it a 3-week time span, for the system to clean itself out, right? And once you pass that, you'll start feeling the effects of it, because you'll be able to sleep better. Your immune system will get better. You won't get sick as much. So, and that's real. Oh, you back on that. You said a criminal is still a criminal, right? Well, that makes us all a criminal, man. If you run a red light, you're a criminal. If you ever had a speeding ticket in your life, you're a criminal. So if that's the way you want to look at it, man, then everybody's a criminal. Everybody in society is a criminal. The man that you go vote for at the polls is a criminal, man. America was taken. So I guess the people in office are criminals. Everybody in the world is a criminal, man. Even if you have, like I said, a speeding ticket, man. Everybody's a criminal, man. So, so shit. Welcome to the criminal party, man. I ain't never met a man in this world that was squeaky clean, now man nor woman, man. And that's facts, man. Yeah, everybody's one step away, man. Everybody's capable of a homicide, man. It just all depends on when it happens and when it don't happen, man. Sometimes 60 seconds, man, can cost you your life, man. But like I say, man, it is what it is, man. And I never been the one to debate the truth, man. It's like a stop sign. You gonna argue with a stop sign, right? No, I'm not. So you are absolutely correct, man. Everybody is a criminal, man. You one step away, man. And I second that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel bad when people say, oh, I committed a crime. So fucking what, man? Over 80% of people in America, man, have committed crimes, man. 7% of the black race, man, have been convicted of something, man. And I can honestly say that, man. So, it ain't shit to brag about, nor is it anything to just, keep boasting about, man. But if you want to educate people about it, man, then, it's okay to talk about it, man. But the thing about it, though, man, what quits you from committing crimes or doing anything that's against the law or even against your personal life, you have to have something to measure that shit up against, man. In other words, you have to have substance. If there's no substance behind what you do or what you say, then you'll do it again, right? And what I mean by that is this. My substance is this. Look where I'm at now. This is substance to me. All this shit is substance. So you actually think that I trade this substance in to do what I did 30 years ago? Hell no, man. Quit playing. I was ignorant then. I was ignorant. And at one time and point in everybody's life, they're ignorant. And it don't mean it's gonna take them where it took me. It's just that I went on a course to where I was too fucking ignorant. And the only person that can bring me back from ignorance, it was me. So I recorrected that. And so now here we are on live, man. But crime gonna continue, man. You know, as long as they not paying, and as long as not people are not using their mind to elevate to the next level and create jobs for themselves, shit, the crime gonna continue, man. You know, even when you get the money, it continues. White collar crime happen every day, man. You just don't hear about it. You know, even the man that was once president, Donald Trump. Oh, most definitely. So, but I'm gonna tell you that what pissed me off during my studies, right, was this. Because when you're doing, you know, psychology, you have to study criminal justice. That goes with that, right? And I knew that, right? My professor told me, you know, I have to study criminal justice with the intents of getting this psychology degree, right? And it made me feel so fucking ignorant to where I almost wanted to quit. I almost wanted to quit, man, because it pushed you into a stage, man, especially when you find out the shit that you went through. You didn't even have to do that, you know? And like I said, people don't understand the reason why I took the psychology course, man, because I knew one thing, that it would help me better understand me, not so much as other people. I need to understand me. So I read books outside of college, you know, and I read the Sigmund Freud books where you study the mind, you know. I did all of that. And, you know, like I said, you know, I accomplished that. That's one thing nobody can take from me. And that shows the strength in me through all the chaos in prison, through all the cases, through all the fights, through all that other shit. I crossed that line. And that just shows the strength in me. And not to say that everybody could do that. Because when you in that bitch and you incarcerated and the deck is stacked against you, you are not thinking about that. It's so much shit to hold you back. People don't understand that you up against a lot. In any prison system you in, I don't care where you're at, you are up against a lot. And I used to tell myself all the time, man, look, you know what? You are in the wrong place to try to be real. Because there's nobody around you are being real. So you have to understand that in order to do anything in life, it's no different from the world, man. You have to learn politics, man. It's politics everywhere. It's politics on the job. It's politics in your relationship. It's politics in family. Politics are everywhere. But you got good politics and you got bad politics, right? And you have to distinguish between the one and the two. But who am I to say that your politics and your family, your situation is equal up to mine? It's all different, man. It's all different. But like I say, in order for you to do anything, man, in life, guess what? You have to figure out who you are. Job not gonna work, relationship not gonna work, ain't none of that shit gonna work if you do not know who you are and accept who you are. Who you are for a reason. And that's facts, man. And never be ashamed about the shit you went through. That don't mean you have to talk about it. It's just some people are bold enough to talk about the shit they went through. And that's what the world is built on. If you talk about what you went through and you're in agreement with other people about what you went through, then your conversation can show the next person what not to do. Do you actually think that I enjoy being in a fucking cage for 25 fucking years? Do you think that? Do anybody think that? Well, I'm gonna answer for you. No. But I understood one thing. In order for me to get through this shit, I had to accept this is where I'm gonna be. And there's nobody can change that. Nobody in the world can change the shit that I did because I did that shit. But I did it from an oppressed situation. And as a young kid, I am oppressed. My situation and my community is oppressed. You are dealing with people that don't have a motherfucking clue how to get out of this situation. And when you are not surrounded by people of value, you are trapped. It's people now that never ever been to prison. Never. But they are trapped in their situation. And the end result is that is, guess what? They're gonna make a bad move, man, and it's gonna cost them. They're gonna make a bad move and it's gonna cost them. So the thing about it, man, is this. You can't fault the people that are trapped in low-income housing areas. You can't fault the people that are on low-paying wage jobs, right? But what you can do is this. Even if you parents, man, right? Everything in life falls back on the parents, man. Because as a kid, you don't know what you should be taught, right? You don't know none of that shit. But when you come of age and you able to understand and recognize and to see shit in society and shit that you want, right? You don't know how to get it. You don't know how to get it other than seeing the next person next to you, whether it's wrong or whether it's right. All you know as a kid, you want that shit. And you're gonna do whatever it takes to go get it, whether it means sacrificing your motherfucking freedom. You don't know what's inside that motherfucker when you go down there. You don't know what's inside the prison. You don't know what's inside the hospitals. You haven't even experienced that shit yet. All you know is you want what you see. The material shit in life, you want that. And if it's nobody around you of value to show you how to get that shit the right way, because it can be obtained. It can be obtained. But if there's nobody around you to show you how to get that shit, you're going to do what you see the next person do. Whether it mean rob something, take something, sell some dope. You're going to do whatever it takes to get it, man, so you can look like the next man next to you. Right? And the biggest influence on people today, whether it's kids, adults, fucking granddaddies, grandmamas, all that shit. The biggest influence on people today is that TV and who they see on TV. And that's facts. You know? And even with the young kids, you know? Even with the young kids. All the young kids, they want the big jewelry. They want the nice fancy cars. They want to take the fentanyl pills. They want to take the Percocet. They want to take all this shit that they hear about, right? They don't even know why they want to take it. They don't know why they want to take that shit. But they take it because of the people they see on the TV. Just imagine if they had on TV for people in society and they taught them how to own businesses, and they showed this shit every day on TV, if they aired it every day, you know what'll happen? It'll be more people owning shit because that's what they taught. But then that'll make the world equal, right? In society, man, the rich people want to stay rich and they want to keep the poor people poor. Simple as that. So they gonna promote the shit that keeps you glamorized. In other words, the illusion shit to keep you on this side of the field. But it's not their job to give you real spiel. It ain't. It ain't their job. It's your job to educate yourself and to understand the free world politics. People have been in society for free for a long time. A long time, but still are not educated on free world politics, right? You'll be amazed how many interviews I've done of people that's been free that don't even know how to operate, they don't even know how to copy and paste. Here I am coming along, an ex-con, an ex-offender, and I ask you, as a free world person that have never been convicted of anything in your life, hey man, I'm gonna send you this link. All I need you to do is copy and paste it, and that's it. I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? That alone tells me, guess what? It's a lot of work to be put in out here, man. And these ain't bad people. These just people that don't find the need to be educated in that part of their life. Why? Because they complacent. They don't need to learn how to copy and paste. They don't need to learn how to work a computer. Why? Because I'm okay with making this amount of money. I want to make more money, but I do not want to do the work. I don't want to put the work in. So that's what keeps people in that situation. But here somebody else comes along and do what you want to do, and that start happening in their life, and the first thing you do is, oh, that person think they too much. It ain't that. You just don't think that much about yourself. I'm telling you, but the first time you understand any kind of politics and realize that you can be whatever the fuck you want to be, then you'll start moving in a different direction, man. You know, it's kind of like the guy when he was saying a few minutes ago about the criminal shit, right? And that's why I told him, I'm okay with you feeling the way you feel, right? Because I know I'm not a criminal. And you have to look up the terminology of criminal. A criminal is somebody that participates in criminal activity. I no longer do that, man. But you got your criminals in plain sight. Your criminals are in plain sight, man. Your criminals are in the White House, man. Your criminals are defense lawyers. Your criminals are DAs. Your criminals are judges, man. The system is corrupt, man. The whole fucking world is corrupt. The whole world is corrupt. You know? But you have to educate yourself on what the corruption is, man. And don't, as long as you don't get caught up in the scandal, man. Because there's one thing about it, man. People with money, they don't want to see you with no motherfucking money. Because they know one thing. As long as they can keep you dependent on them, they got you right where they want you at. They got you right where they want you at. Yeah. So that's why it was so important for me to get that fucking psychology degree. So when I need somebody to talk to, I can talk to me because I can answer my questions. Because that's all they do. They go read a book and they study people. They study people. And they assess you off of your emotions and how you act. I was diagnosed as an impulsive thinker. You know what that means? That I do shit without thinking. That's what I was diagnosed with. It didn't even cause medication for me to fix that. All it caused was for me to slow down and think. Don't make irrational decisions based on your personal emotions. That's all I had to do years ago. And my life would be so much different. I would have never ever went to prison. I was diagnosed with that in my teen years. But how can I grasp that as a teenager, an impulsive thinker? As a teenager, every teenager you run across is an impulsive thinker. He or she doesn't know the next move that they're gonna make in their life. You send me to a clinical psychologist that has a degree, and he tells me this at that age. How can I grasp that? I can't. I'm a kid. I can only grasp that 25 years later, man, when I'm serving life sentence, man. And I obtained the same degree that the psychologist had. I obtained the same degree that he had. Then I was able to answer that. And that's facts, right? So, man, like I said, man, I'm just preparing for the day, man. You know, I'm preparing for the day. This is what I do every morning when I wake up. You know, the mental thought that I think about, man, it's not what I went through, because that's past tense. I think about what I'm finna do now, right? And remember, I always say, man, a man without a plan is a man pleading to fail, right? And that's facts. And it goes with women too. All that shit is the same, man. You know? And I didn't come this far in life, man, to, you know, let somebody else make a decision on what I do. Right? And let me share this with you. 11 years ago, to be exact, fucking 11 years ago. And this is just show you how a system and how people in the system will try to keep you mentally connected to a system that you so badly wanted out of, right? Let me speak with me, because some people don't want out because they don't want to face the responsibilities of society anyway. I think that's why anytime a man runs back and commits a crime and go to jail, you trying to escape what you have to do out here, and that's the easy way out. But you know, being incarcerated is really for suckers, man. Unless it's a detrimental situation, man. Because if you a thinker, you don't even have to be in that motherfucker, man. But I'll say this. After 25 flat, right, on my way out of prison, on my way out, and some people would take this as a negative criticism, right? Black man asked me, "Hey man, how long you been locked up?" I said, "Shit, I've been here 25 years." He looked me dead in my face. Guess what he said? "Oh, you'll be back." And at first I got mad, right? "What's up, LaMarcus? It's all good, man. I'm just getting a little spiel this morning, man, before I go to work out. That's it, man." So the black man told me just like this here, right? And when people tell you that, you don't even look at race. You just listen to the words that's coming out of people's mouths, right? He asked me how long I've been incarcerated, and I gave him my answer. His exact words to me was, "You will be back." And the very same smile that you always see me smiling, I smiled at him. Didn't even answer him. And I walked away. And the reason why I didn't get upset is because I knew I wasn't going back to that motherfucker. I knew it. So I didn't want to waste my time arguing the fact, right? And when you know something, the best way you can to pass it on and show the next person is to never ever do what they said that you gonna do, right? What's up, Nate? I'm just doing what I do, man. You know, I'm just giving real spiel this morning, man. Whether it come across good to somebody or whether it come across bad to somebody, man. As long as it came across, right? So like I said, for anybody that just tapping in, man, if y'all haven't checked that Real Life Street Stars interview out, man, go check it out, man. Facts, man. You know, it's always better when you giving it from a real spiel perspective, man. Because like I said on this internet, man, you know, we up against a lot, man. Because people, they're accustomed to hearing a lie, man. So for all those that don't think it's real, just take it as a lie, man, and chalk it up to the rest of that shit, man. That's all I can tell you. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. So like I said, that's what was told to me, man, on my way out, man. You'll be back. And the reason why I think people say that, man, is because of this. Because most of the men and women that do get out, they go back. As a matter of fact, they go back 6 months after being released. So I can see why people say that. Because the people that go back make it seem like it's true that everybody coming back. You know? And the best way you can show, you know, that person that ain't true is not to return, you know, go back. So, and that's the piece about when I say keeping it real with yourself, right? Yeah, you ain't got to keep it real with nobody else. All you got to do is come out here and put the work in and see it and keep it real with yourself. Somebody gonna notice you, and somebody gonna notice that situation, man. You know, but you have to be willing to stay free. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, man, jail, prison, if it's not detrimental, where you had to take a life, in order for you to have your life, you know, and I understand that, man. Sometimes that shit can get tricky, man. So I'm just gonna stay away from that. But I will say this, man. If you going to jail because you don't want to get up and go to work, or you don't want to create work for you, then you a sucker. You a sucker. You gonna sacrifice all this shit out here in the free society in order to go on and let somebody tell you what to do, right? I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't. And I was a sucker. I was a real motherfucking sucker for taking myself out of position. So don't act like I'm just big me and little you. No, I was a sucker. Even though I went to prison early, I was a sucker. And I'll be even a bigger sucker and a loser if I go back to that bitch. So use me for an example. Talk about me. Hollywood was a sucker. And he's a bigger sucker if he go back, knowing all the shit that I know. Right? But it's okay for me to talk about the shit. I don't mind talking about it. I do not mind talking about it. Because that shit is so far behind me now that I can do that. I can do that. And the way I talk about it, it may seem that I enjoyed the shit, right? Wrong answer. But when you're in an environment and it's fucked up, you got to make the best out of a fucked up situation, man. In other words, you have to trick yourself into believing that it's okay. But on the back end of that shit, when you get out of that motherfucker, right, you can't trick yourself into believing that shit in this world is free and you're gonna get it like you got it last time. Nah, because you're gonna go back right where you went to. So you say how I feel about the Keke Palmer situation, right? I stay away from that shit like that, man, because I don't like to sound ignorant. And anything that I don't know about, man, I really don't speak on it, man. Cause and I always say this right here, and don't let this go over your head, right? You remember Ray Lewis played football for the Baltimore Ravens? And he tried to be on every tackle, right? Well, you got people, Ray Lewis of conversation. Yeah, you got a lot of people that's Ray Lewis of conversation. And they want to be in every conversation just to make it feel like they important or they know what they're talking about, right? That's not me. I'm not the Ray Lewis of conversation, man. I don't want to be a part of every conversation just to make it look like I'm important. Nah, I don't want to do that, man. So I stay away from some shit that don't affect me personally, or that I don't know about. But you can rest assured, if I've had any kind of experience in it and I know about it, I can run it up. But I never ever like to talk about shit that it's no substance behind it. Oh, I already know it. It's probably is going crazy, right? Because like I say, that's what the media, they do that shit. The media can make whoever they want famous. Them hoes can build you up and they can tear you down. Right? But I guess I tell you this, they ain't gonna ever show the real success stories on there where people went through a bunch of shit and made it out. Nah, they ain't gonna do that. Why? Because they know one thing, the ratings is gonna go down. Because people in the world, they don't like to see people win, man. Nah, they don't like to see people win, man. And I'm not gonna say all people are like that, but all people don't own circular networks. The people that's in power own all the networks, man. So they show you what they want to show you. Yeah, that's what they do, man. That's why I'm trying to tell people, man. But you have to be in control of your fucking own mind, man. I got 5 TVs in my fucking house. And I put them up there just for the walls, to cover the walls up, right? I don't even turn that motherfucker on, man. CNN and all that badass news, I don't turn that shit on because all they gonna promote is bad news. And when they do promote some good news, that shit just gonna show a little clip. They wanna keep you blindsided and to let you think that everything in society is fucked up. It's like the shit happened in Fort Worth the other day, right? With the shooting at the parade, right? The media could not wait to publicize this shit. They couldn't wait to publicize this shit of how many people got shot, how many shooters was there. That's the part I'm talking about. The media gonna blow shit up to where it gets your attention, you know, and then that shit becomes trending. In other words, if they show all this bad shit and keep showing this bad shit, they gonna persuade somebody to be a copycat shooter. Why you think they came up with that word, copycat shooter? Yeah, you done pushed this shit out there, so quite naturally, somebody gonna goddamn me go for it, because everybody in this world ain't mentally stable. And look where they posting this shit at, in the black motherfucking community. Yeah, in the black community. They ain't gonna show that shit that in the white community when they get ran down on. They gonna show all that shit in the black community to keep showing how blacks are ignorant. And they ain't got to keep showing it, because we as blacks, we continue to show we ignorant. Hell, I was ignorant until I woke up. I was sleepwalking. But I wasn't sleepwalking in a way to where I'm gonna walk in her motherfucking crowd and open fire. I wasn't that sleepwalking. But they out there like that. Don't even know if they've been caught yet. But I put a motherfucking $100 out to $1 that all them people that did that shooting was black. Yeah. So that's what I mean by sleepwalking when I say sleepwalking. But who am I to change that shit, man? They've been working for years to try to change that shit. They ain't, you know, it's sad to say, man. You know, I hear a lot of people say, we can change if we come together. You know, that's possibly true. But they've been trying to come together ever since I was fucking a kid, and they ain't came together yet. Don't even know if I'm gonna be here to see them come together. Because some shit in life ain't meant to be fixed. You know, it ain't meant to be fixed. And a lot of that shit ain't got nothing to do with people going to get no education. It's just called self-awareness and self-preservation, man. You know, you have to want to not shoot a person, man. It's been a lot of times I've been mad as a motherfucker, but I ain't never been that mad to go home and get no gun and come back and kill you. Or the shit just ain't that serious to me. Now, I can't speak for the next person. Shit in society is just not that serious, man, to where I'm gonna go and get a gun and come back and kill you. But if you hear this shit on songs every day, guess what? That shit is convincing you to do the shit, the very thing that the song is meant for you to do, right? You said, let me ask you about how you feel about the black man and woman relationship nowadays. Motherfuckers is falling up, still falling into the witty-less system. Well, I tell you this, man. The black man and woman relationship, right? Put it like this, man. That goes back to when I say surround yourself with value, man. I'm meaning woman and all, man. It's kind of like if you go to a strip club, right? Right? If you go to a strip club and it's a woman stripping, right? And you begin to like this person. Y'all get in a relationship, right? What's up, 448? You get in a relationship, right? And you start to date that woman. You knew she was a stripper when you first met her. Now you done fell in love with a stripper, and you know what strippers do, and both of y'all black. But all of a sudden, you want her to stop stripping. But when you met her, she was a stripper. It's kind of like the old saying, how do you transfer from a hoe to a housewife? How do you do that? First and foremost, you got to accept that she was a hoe when you first met her. That's the first thing you got to accept. Ain't no doubt. You got to accept she was a hoe when you first met her. That's your first line of acceptance. And when you walk out of that door with her and you go in society and the other dudes see her, they gonna call her a stripper name. Because that's what she was before you met her. But the average person gonna get mad because this is what these people are doing. So you gotta accept whatever you get in order before you fix it, man. You know, I think that's what people fuck up at. They get something as far as a woman, and they don't accept what come with that. It's kind of like if you get a woman and she got 3 or 4 kids, all that shit is a package deal. You got to accept all that shit. It's the same way with you. If she get with you and you done did all that time in prison, now you coming home, shit, she got to accept what you don't know. And if she like you, she gonna teach you if she want to keep you. But if she don't, she just gonna keep arguing with the fact. So it goes back to this, man. Before you even get in a relationship with anything, man, do your homework. And that's bottom line, man. Oh yeah, music, TV is a major factor. Like, damn right it is a major factor because it's an influencer. It can sway you one way or the other. But you just got to be smart enough to know what's real and what's fake. But once again, I go back to this. On this motherfucking internet, people don't know what's real and what's fake. So when you get people coming along that's motherfucking me with the real shit, they don't want that. Because why? The fake shit been around so long, and that's what they're used to. And I understand, man. I really, really understand. So in order to be on this fucking circuit right here, you got to be willing to cut through all the red tape. And if you're not willing to cut through the red tape, then you're wasting your time. Only those survive that's willing to cut through the red tape, man. Because like I say, for 25 years, I was a motherfucking character in prison. I had to be. But now that I'm free, I ain't gotta be no fucking character no more. It's what you see is what you get. You either like it or you don't. And 9 out of 10 people ain't gonna like it. But you know, everybody's character gets tested every day. You know, you just gotta understand that, you know, that shit builds you, you know. That shit builds you and shapes you into whatever you feel like you can be on this motherfucking internet, man. So, anyway, man, y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button, man. And we already know, man, everybody ain't gonna like what people say or what people do. It's people that don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna even say fofo, I ain't gonna even say dry hating, man. I ain't gonna say that, cause people don't hate. That ain't hating. It's just people don't understand you and who you are. What I call hating is what happened in Como the other day. That's top of the line hating. When 3 people just come out and open fire on the whole motherfucking crowd, that's real hating. That's eliminate hate. That's what hating is. So I think people get that shit mixed up when they say, oh, you hating on me. No, I ain't hating on you. Why? Because I have my opinion about you? That ain't hating on you. That don't mean I want you dead. That means I just don't agree with the shit you saying. But hate is what happens when dudes go into schools and shoot their shit up and shit happen at the parade. That's hating. when a man take an automatic weapon, man, and shoot the whole motherfucking crowd. That's far beyond hating. That's hateful. So let's get that motherfucking me separated. You got hate and you got hateful. Right? And it might sound the same, but it's different. But a man can't hate you if he don't know you. It's just his emotions caught up into what you said or what you thought about it. Because at the end of the day, he don't hate you. And we all got different opinions. It's like being in the NFL. All of us ain't gonna like the motherfucking Cowboys. You know? And people will hate you for that. Or they will show emotions towards you different than they show towards other people that like the Cowboys. And picture this. I'm born and raised in West Dallas, right? In prison with a lot of dudes out of Dallas, right? And I'm the only motherfucker that didn't like the Cowboys. The only one. So can you imagine how much motherfucking flack I caught from all my homeboys that was out of Dallas? I'm cheering for the other team, right? And everybody in the day room going for Dallas. Not to say they want to inflict harm on me, but I got some fucked up looks a whole lot of times. You know? And that's for real. So, you know, like I said, man, you know, it is what it is, man, but I can only be who I am, man. I can't try to be nobody. I can't, because the minute I start faking, a motherfucker gonna see that. Even people that don't know me gonna see that shit. You know? Even if I go to faking or trying to act like a motherfucking character, people are gonna see that shit. People gonna see it. So I can't do no faking, man. You know, I can't do no faking, man. All I can do is give what's on the right here. Whatever's in here, it come out, it comes out. And I don't have to read from no fucking script, you know, because I can step in the room with the best of them, man. What you got? What you got? What's a few questions, man, for a few statements you put out there? What was it? Let's go. What you got? Let's go. So anyway, let me see. That's a fact. I appreciate that, man. I try to do my best to answer whatever a man is looking for, man, but I'm not perfect, man. I'm who I am, man. You know, and like I tell everybody, even before I came on here, right? Even before I entered this internet circuit, I was who I was, man. I didn't need 1,000 subscribers. I didn't need 4,000. Well, I didn't need none of that shit, man. Because I was who I was before I got here. What you say, Houston versus Dallas story? I know you had your centerpiece. Look, man. So look, and this is real facts right here, right? People thought I was out of South Park, Houston, for a long time. Why? Because I wore the high top fade, the tight motherfucking edge up, right? They thought I was out of Houston for a long time, right? And I fuck with a lot of cats out of Houston, man. Shout out Houston, Texas, man. A lot of my boys down there, man. Shout out King Beezy, man. Southwest Beezy, man. So I fuck with a lot of them boys out of H-Town, man. A lot of them. So I hung with a lot of them, right? And you know, I know a lot of them, you know, and they swagged up. They swagged up. So in prison, man, I was swagged up. You know, I was swagged up. You know, I was what you call a fly gangster. when it came time to put the work in, I do that too. But at other times, I wasn't about that shit, man. You know, I wasn't no bully. I didn't get in nobody's way. I ain't do none of that shit, man. I was a fly gangster, man. Because I understood I had motherfucking a life sentence and I couldn't move like I had 5 years. I couldn't do that. I couldn't afford to catch 5, 6 cases every motherfucking day because that would stagnate my performance and I would have been in that bitch forever. So I wasn't dumb by far. I knew what it took to get me out of that motherfucker. But anyway, back to that Houston shit. So there's a lot of time Houston text me, the Houston Oilers, you know, Go Blue would be on TV, right? And Big Earl Campbell played for Houston, right? So if Houston had the best team, because I was a gambler, if Houston had the best team, I would go with Houston. And even though it went against what I believed in, if Cowboys had the best team, I would go with the Cowboys. And when I went with the Cowboys, the home team used to say, oh, you don't never go with the motherfucking Cowboys, go to Houston. You know why? Because they knew I was a gambler. So they wanted me to go with Houston so they could get the win. Not so much that they was mad at me. They wanted me to go to Houston so they could get the win against me, right? So there was it was times I went with Houston, I went with Dallas. I wasn't no damn fool, man, because I was a gambler. And we wasn't gambling commissary. We used to gamble real money. You know, $25 a game, $20 a game, you know, real money, cash money. Because, you know, $20 is a lot of money in prison, man, because you can, you know, get that fucking country band and you can flip it over, right? But it was a lot of times, man, that I had them classes like that, man. But I was never the one to say, you know what, you out of Houston, I don't like you. I ain't fuck with that. Anybody that knew me knew that I didn't claim no motherfucking city. Yeah, I remember Romeo, Black Romeo, and my boy. Yeah, dark-skinned Romeo. Shout out Romeo, man. So, yeah, I was never, anybody you ask about me knew I never claimed no fucking city. I was never no city motherfucker, never at all. Because I always gave a ball, a strike, and I didn't feel like every nigga out of Dallas was strong or every nigga out of Houston was weak or every nigga out of San Antonio. I didn't do none of that shit. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Straight up. But I wasn't fucking with you on no dumb shit, though. We had to be moving. We had to be making it make sense. It had to be something tied in, because y'all got to remember, I wasn't getting out of that motherfucker. And I fucking with people with 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It didn't make no difference what kind of years you had, as long as you was about getting some shit and moving forward. And that's straight up. So yeah, shout out to H-Town, man. And any other motherfucking city, man. First and foremost, you got to understand, don't nobody in this motherfucker around the world own no city. So I ain't gonna die for no motherfucking city, and I ain't gonna kill for no city. I want people to know that about me. I ain't dying for no block. I ain't dying for no city. I ain't dying for none of that shit. Now you got people that do that. I'm just not one of them. If it don't personally affect me, we good. Yeah. So man, look. Y'all remember, man, tune in tonight, man, to the day room, man. I'm gonna have Queen Shoe on giving her spiel, man. Because her king was on here the other day, so she felt like she had to come on here and give her spiel, you know. And I welcome that, man. If you got a woman and you been incarcerated and she wanna come on here and give her spiel, man, she can do that, man. You know, and that's real. So it is what it is, man. Oh, yeah, I understand, man. There's a lot of people ain't with that, man. I never been the one to be with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I never been the one to be with it. What to say? Love is lame, the huge. You never gave them spiel on that people. They need to hear that. Man, look, man, the Hughes unit, man, worst motherfucking day of my motherfucking life on the Hughes unit, man. I worked in that motherfucking ODR for 10 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I worked in that whole ass ODR over there for 10 years, man. Had all the power it was on the unit, man. You know what I'm saying? And any motherfucker on the Hughes unit tell you the truth, man. I had all the power it was on that bitch from an inmate standpoint, because I worked in the fucking officers dining hall for 10. The laws didn't like me over there, man. Facts, I remember that. The laws didn't like me on the Hughes unit, man. They say I felt like I was special. and the reason why they say like I felt like I was special, man, because it was a white man over there named Captain Morgan, man. And he was a captain in the kitchen, man. And I knew him from Beat 01. And when I went to the Hughes unit, I got transferred from Ferguson for inappropriate relationship with a female officer. They transferred me to the Hughes unit, right? And they put me in the kitchen, right? So when I go to the kitchen, man, they look at my paperwork or whatever, man. Oh, so-and-so. So I say, yeah. And so they say, well, you're going to be working kitchen utility. I said, okay, that's a bet. But Cap Morgan's a kitchen cabinet. So, I'm standing outside on the wall right here, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's a relatively small unit. The kitchen is small, all that shit small, but, it is what it is. You have to adjust to wherever you go. So I hear beating on the window. Boom, 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 boom. So I turn around. He called me in his office. He looked at me. And he said, man, say it ain't so. I said, what's up, Captain? He said, if it ain't goddamn Hollywood. I said, what's up, Big Morgan? He said, where they got you working at? I said, man, they got me in utility. He said, oh, I'll be damned. You want to work in that ODR? So I said, yeah. So now, first day on the unit, they put me in ODR. I'm in ODR, right? So, okay. So when I get to ODR, man, shout out to my motherfucking homeboy, Mexican Many Fingers, man, Dallas County Jail right now, man, fighting the motherfucking capital life sentence. He back on bench warrant, man. Y'all go to the channel and check his interview out, man. I interviewed him on the phone interview from the Dallas County Jail. He fighting the motherfucking capital life sentence, man. And shout out to all my motherfucking Tango homeboys too, man. I was locked in with a lot of them, right? So anyway, he put me in ODR, man. Them my boys that gave me the game, my Mexican partners, let me know what was up and all this old shit, right? So I get in there, man, and it wound up being a 10-year stint, man. It was a 10-year stint I was in that bitch, man, and had a whole bunch of good times in there, man. Moved a bunch of money out of there and all that shit, man. But all good things must come to an end, man. Long story short, man, I brought a lot of work to the unit, man. A lot of work. The boys didn't have no work. And motherfuckers that over there, they'll tell you that, I brought a whole bunch of shit to the unit, man, and, it was good for a long time on both ends of the field, man. So, yeah, shout out to that whole ass Hughes unit, man. On my tail end of that's where I went home from, on the tail end of my shit, man. They took me out over here, put me on 7 building, and tried to goddamn me fuck with my head. But at the end of the day, man, like I tell you, man, I got a motherfucker on my team, man, that's a real champion. Fought him all the way to the fence. That's why I'm here today, man. So, yeah, man, so that was my shit on the Hughes unit. Yeah, I can give a whole bunch of spiel on that bitch, man. A whole bunch of spiel on the Hughes unit, man. But the reason why I don't give much spiel on the Hughes unit, man, because it's a lot of people that are still tied to that unit that are still there. So penitentiary rules come in effect, man, on certain shit, man. And that's facts. But you right about that, man. So anyway, man, we've been on here for quite some time, man. As you can see, I still ain't made my motherfucking my seat mouth smoothie, man. I'm finna get ready to go to this gym, man. But remember, like I said, man, y'all tap in tonight, man, for day room time, man. It ain't gonna be what y'all think it's gonna be. It's gonna be a good show, man. We're gonna come in, man. We're gonna drop some jewels, man. Y'all get y'all questions, and y'all just ask questions, man. But I will say this, man. Remember one thing, man, that it's gonna be a lady in the day room tonight. So when you tap in, man, you tap in a respectful way, man. I hate to have to kick you out the chat, man. You know, I really don't like doing that, but I will, man. But like I said, for those that ain't watched that Real Life Street Stars interview, man, y'all go watch that, man. Y'all check it out, man, and do me a favor. Y'all subscribe to the Real Life Street Stars, man. They bringing it real, man. They bringing nothing but heat, man. They bringing heat, man. So y'all do that for them brothers over there, man. That is a black circuit over there. A black YouTube circuit, man, where they bringing nothing but heat. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe and y'all like and y'all share everything they got, man. And it don't mean you have to like the person on there. Get away from that shit. Get away from that shit. Oh, I don't like this person. It doesn't matter, man. And that's facts. Oh, man. Real facts, man. I hear you, Hood. So, man, like I say, man, y'all just keep your head up, man. You know, this is a wicked world, man. People gonna say ignorant shit, man. And they gonna always see shit from their eyes. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Constructive criticism be no criticism at all, man. But what I will say is this. Do not get upset at another man's opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So don't get upset at that, man. You just handle that shit with grace, man, and keep moving, man. Because I'm telling you right now, if you cross the line and you do the uncivilized shit, man, you going where they gonna send your ass. And you got to ask yourself, is the risk greater than the reward? And I'm gonna tell you, no. Because if you black and your ass go in that courtroom, you finished. You finished. And I'm telling you. When you curse that lady out in your life for trying to get on your camera. Okay, Plexus Coach Jones, you in the house, man. What lady I cussed out on live? I've never cussed any female out on live. There's never been a female that's on my live. Which lady? You got the whole flow, Jones. I'm giving you the whole flow. Now tell me what lady